But when it comes to like a marshmallow or some ramen noodles, my cat loves that stuff. Like he loves marshmallows and like ramen noodles, but won't eat nice salmon.
I just want to meet my baby. I just want to meet my baby.
I don't think that I've filmed since March, right before my birthday, and a lot has changed since then. First of all, my due date was yesterday. I'm 40 weeks pregnant. Hence the video that we're doing. But I guess first let me show you like how, because I bet a lot of people are just coming to see if this actually worked, and I'm curious as to if it worked, if it's going to work. Some of you probably aren't here to hear me ramble on about what's been happening in my life. So I will just show you first. I'll show you what I used for my midwives brew. I have not tried it yet. I made it last night and had a panic attack, so I waited till this morning to drink it. But obviously castor oil, almond butter, and I couldn't find the lemon tea that they wanted, so it said I could use red raspberry leaf tea, and I used papaya juice instead of apricot juice because I've never had apricot juice, and this is super like tart organic juice. I don't really think it matters. Of course, I went on like a binge spree, like watching everyone's videos on their midwives brew, and I saw a lot of people taking it at like 37 weeks, but I wanted to wait until after my due date, which was yesterday, July 10th. Today's July 11th. But in the comments of those videos, I saw so many people just like, I mixed my castor oil with chocolate pudding, or I mixed my castor oil with almond milk, almond butter, and ice cream. And I was just like, okay, it does not matter that I got red raspberry leaf tea instead of lemon tea. And my phone is 100% broken now. I'm waiting for my new one to come in the mail, so the quality is going to be shit because I'm on an iPad. It's not that bad. It's kind of bad, but it's not that bad. I guess first thing, obviously my hair is different. It's kind of gray right now. It was blonde, but I left purple shampoo in for too long. And I also gave myself a wolf cut because a lot of my hair broke off when I bleached it. So if it looks different, it's because it is. We bought the stuff for this yesterday, and I was gonna wait until this morning, and I was just like, I kind of want to do it tonight. And I started like, I made the drink and I started having like a really bad panic attack. I was just sitting there staring at the drink, panicking, even though it was my due date. Like my baby could have came 3 weeks ago. I don't know why I was panicking. Adam basically said, you can drink it tomorrow morning, like it's okay. And I calmed down because like, I don't know why in my head I was like, I have to drink it now, I have to drink it now. So we got a good night's rest, and it's like noon. We woke up 8, and I just showered and shaved in case this does work. I can't. The almond taste in it, I feel like it would taste better with peanut butter instead of almond butter. I also tried salmon for the first time last night. It was weird. It was okay. One of my cats like absolutely loved it, but my cat, like my all black weird cat, he wanted absolutely nothing to do with it. And he's just so fucking weird. Like, I'm gonna throw up from this fucking drink. When it comes to like, he does not like wet cat food. He doesn't like fish. He doesn't eat meat or lunch meat or cheese. But when it comes to like a marshmallow or some ramen noodles, my cat loves that stuff. Like he loves marshmallows and like ramen noodles, but won't eat nice salmon. Obviously you see that I'm in my baby's room. Adam's mom moved out. We were going to move. I think that's what I told you guys last. We were going to move into an apartment, but we decided to just take over the payments for this house. We're renting a home, and it's a 2-bedroom, and there's a fenced-in backyard. And we have an English Mastiff, and I feel bad just taking a fenced-in backyard from him and going to an apartment where he'll have to be walked every day. Like, I can't just let him out into his backyard. And we needed a 2-bedroom, and renting a 2-bedroom house is cheaper than an apartment. I don't know, this pregnancy has just been so difficult, and I haven't had a phone, and I didn't want to film on the shitty iPad quality, but I don't know, I feel like you guys would rather see like shitty quality than just not have me post for months on end, and I should have like realized that. I'm sweating, I'm so nervous. Just want to meet my baby. I thought he would be early, like I thought he was going to be born around 36, 37 weeks. Nope, absolutely not. Of course not. Like, I was ready to meet my fucking baby a month ago. Like, I gave him an eviction notice like a week and a half ago, and he's still just squatting in my fucking uterus. And before you watch this video and decide to go do this at home, please talk to your midwife or OBGYN, because not everyone is like okay with this. And like, my pregnancy has been completely healthy. I have no gestational diabetes. Like, my blood pressure is fine. The baby's heart rate has always been fine. There's no complications in my pregnancy at all. And I'm 19, so it could be different for you. So please talk to your midwife or your OBGYN before you like drink this, because it might not be safe for you or your baby. Please talk to your midwife first. I'm getting super nauseous. So nauseous. I'm gonna let you guys know in a little bit if it is working or how I feel, because right now I just feel like I'm gonna throw up. Obviously, I'm not in the hospital. I'm actually in my bathtub right now.
It didn't work.
I took the drink yesterday morning at like noon. It's the next day. It's July 12th and it's like 7 o'clock at night. I'll talk about the drink first, I guess. So right after I was gonna tell like a whole weird story, because I was at my mom's house and one of her friends, well, not her friends, but it was like an old friend of her husband's, my stepfather. It was like one of his old friends that he used to go to school with. And he got drunk, I guess, for the first time in a year, and he started talking. He's super pro-life. And him and my mom were kind of like, he was like following my mom around the pool, like kind of like poking at her, because my mom is extremely liberal and woke and pro-choice. And he was like, okay, so what's your daughter? And she said, well, she's pro-choice too. And so he got out of the pool and proceeded to come annoy me and Adam and started asking me questions. And he was like, so do you know how they abort full-term fetuses? And he was about to start explaining to me, almost 40 weeks pregnant, almost full term, how they abort full-term fetuses. And my mom started yelling at him, and he made everyone else there feel extremely uncomfortable, because my mom had multiple other friends there, and she apologized to me like a million times. And that's not the only like thing he brought up. But this man was really about to explain to a pregnant person, let alone a full-term pregnant person, how they abort babies. We gotta love pro-life people. He was also saying shit like pansexual. I don't know what kids are doing now. They're pan or unicorn or whatever. Like saying shit like that. And talking about how there should be no gun reform and stuff. And how like, you should just be able to go in and buy a gun with no background and shit. And I was just like, what? You are insane. I was gonna tell that story yesterday, but as soon as I drank the drink, the midwives brew, I immediately got so extremely nauseous. So I went and took like a 2.5 hour nap because I was struggling to hold it down. And then as soon as I woke up from my nap, I started puking. And so the midwives brew, it made me puke twice. It didn't make me shit myself because that's also, people complain about that. I'm sorry it's moving so much. I woke up and I started getting a bunch of Braxton Hicks contractions and I got a few normal contractions. And my midwife and the nurse that comes to my house, they've basically just been telling me that I need to have sex. I need to have sex, nipple stimulation, eat spicy foods, bounce on my ball, like all of that stuff. I've been doing that for like 3 weeks now. But after I drank the drink yesterday, me and Adam, TMI, we had sex 3 times in the past 24 hours. I drank the drink. I was bouncing on my ball for hours last night. Hours. I went swimming this morning. Like, I have been doing everything possible to induce my labor, and it's just not working. But the contractions, like, were coming and going. I got some today too, but they stopped like hours and hours ago. The midwives brew did not work. It didn't work. And I think that the only explanation as to why none of these things are working is that he's not in the right position. Anyway, so I've also been trying to do yoga to get him into the correct position, but I have really bad joint problems, and the yoga was just hurting my knees and my elbows and my hips. I already have super, like my joints hyperextend, and like my elbow popped out of place today. My knees always give out. Every time I lift a leg, it feels like my hip is getting pulled out of place. I mean, it does get pulled out of place sometimes. I don't know. I have an appointment. It's Tuesday. I have an appointment on Thursday, and I'm just going to talk to them about induction, even though they said that they weren't going to do that until 42 weeks, which I'm personally not comfortable with. I'm personally not comfortable with. I'm full term. The baby is full term. He's healthy. I want to get him out before it becomes not healthy. And at the end of the day, I'm going to listen to my gut feeling, and my gut feeling, like, it's making me feel uneasy letting him stay in until 42 weeks or past. It's making me extremely uncomfortable. And I even talked to the nurse that comes to my house, who isn't, like, associated with the midwives, and she said, like, listen to your gut feeling. And she gave me a little bit of, like, her thoughts, and she just said after 41 weeks your placenta starts to deteriorate. The midwives want me to go to 42 or beyond, and I'm just not comfortable with that. So I guess Thursday I'm just going to talk to them about induction and schedule an induction for a few days from now, because I'm just not comfortable with going past 41 weeks. My baby is fully healthy and full term, and I don't know, I want to have him out before he isn't healthy anymore. Or what if I get past 41 weeks and I fall? I think maybe if baby was in the right position, it would have been the boost that I needed to start labor, but I just don't know. It didn't work on me. Sex isn't working, spicy food isn't working, bouncing isn't working, swimming isn't working. I don't know. Keep us in your thoughts.